Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Now we are reaching to teach how Bodhisattva reflect about the dana parami, about the dana, or to perform dana. So when Bodhisattva being asked by receivers how he reflects, this receiver is very friendly with me because of saying openly, which is secret or shameful things. Because asking property is something shameful. So have to beg something. So many people don't want to do. So only may want to give, but begging, asking something is not really nice. It is shameful. So only the people who are friendly each other, they may say, they may ask, they may beg. So because of this, when being asked by receiver, so Bodhisattva reflect. This one is very friendly with me because of saying openly something which is shameful. So by thinking in this way, he may fulfill dana paramis. Another reflecting way is that. So this receiver is someone who guide me to bring my properties, which I need to relinquish one day, So Bodhisattva reflect about the receivers in this way. So all properties that we have will leave us one day, or we will leave those properties one day. So if we want to bring along with us for the long samsara, only way to do dana can help us. Those properties can follow us. So because of that, in many lives, Bodhisattva, by donating properties, he bring to the next lives. So because of this, when being asked by receivers, how he reflects is, this one is the one who will guide me to bring my properties, which I need to leave one day. So another way of reflection is, this one is my friend. This one is my friend, which bringing out my properties to be free from burning fire, or fire burning, or from the house burning by fire. So Bodhisattva reflect in this way. So in our life, there are many fires: aging, sickness, death. So it is a kind of burning. So it will burn all. So we learn education. We are a rich family. We collect many properties. So, but if we have aging, sickness, death, so it is a kind of burning. So we need to take out something essence. We need to take out those properties from the burning house. So receiver is a kind of friend. who will bring out my properties from the house burning with fires. Okay, another reflection. Another reflection is the receiver is the safety place to store our properties, not to be burned. So, in the Nidikana Sutta also mentioned, if you want to store your properties, which is this bank, that bank, those are not sure. Also, only in this life it can support. But by doing in jhana, if you store your properties, it will protect for a long samsara. Because of this, the receiver is the best place to be stored our properties, not to be burned. So another reflection. So the receiver is very good friend to perform the merits of donation. Because without receiver, we cannot perform our merit of donation. The receiver is the cause of being completed of merit, which is difficult to get, which is special. So without receiver, we cannot get merit to be Buddha, especially, which is very difficult to get. So because of this, a receiver is a friend, very good friend. So in this way, Bodhisattva reflects when being asked. So something like different from other people. Generally, most of people don't like someone asking something. So especially without really needs. So Bodhisattva's reflecting way is different. So Bodhisattva like those people thinking as a friend. So because of this, he can donate, he can fulfill this parami very well. So another reflection, this one, receiver, is praising me a lot in doing dana, about the doing dana. So if you donate, if you are donor, so receiver will praise you, this and that. Maybe you are reborn in the realm, you are free from suffering, etc. So this one is praising me a lot to perform merit, about the performing merit. Because of this, I should really do about this phrasing. So according to his phrasing, we should do, because his phrasing is to do wholesome deeds. So we should do. So not like some people are thinking, this one want to get my properties. Because of this, he is phrasing me, not thinking in this way. Bodhisattva's thinking way is this one is phrasing about the doing wholesome deeds. So that he prays is a phrase is for doing good deeds. So it is good. I should really do. So in this way, he reflects. So another reflection, my life will surely destroy one day. or damage one day. Means my life will surely die one day. This is for everybody. Although we have a lot of properties, actually may not be so useful. So because we will die one day. So how much properties that we have only was bought, maybe within 50 years, 60 years, or something like that. So no more than that. No. Not really supporting us for a long time. So especially if we are older, like 30, 40. So some people surely will believe I can manage my life. So mind also prepared, education also prepared. So because of this, although we lose all properties, sometimes it may not be problem. We can still do. Only maybe something not comfortable. We have to try, but no problem. Sometimes maybe a bit short life because of maybe working hard. Actually, the people who are working hard normally can be long life. I think can be long life more than comfortable people. It is very possible. So because of this, something it is very sure, our life will die one day. So although not being asked by someone, we should give. So if being asked, needless to say, surely I should give. So this is a Bodhisattva's reflecting way. Dana or donation, it itself, surely we should do. So being asked or not being asked, so we should not change. So it is different from other people. Other people, if people don't ask, don't want to donate. When being asked by other people, still want to refuse. Oh, this one, without needs, asking me something like that. So Bodhisattva is different. So although asking or not asking, dana is should be done. Dana should be done. So because of this, you're trying to do. So another reflecting way. So Bodhisattvas who has a strong wish about the donation have to give by finding receiver hardly. So sometimes to get a receiver not easy. Find a receiver. So who needs? Who want to get? So because want to perform Dana Parami, we need a receiver. I need a receiver. So this is a Bodhisattva's nature. So for me, because of good karma, the receiver can get easily, automatically, and don't need to find. So he reflects when being asked by a receiver. Next one. So the dana is, in fact, supporting by me, by ourselves, by myself, by giving receivers. So yeah, dana is giving to receiver, but it is also supporting own self. So not just giving others, not just supporting others. So Bodhisattva reflected in this way. So those people can do dana daily, it is not just supporting others, also supporting oneself. Not just supporting ourselves, also supporting others. So because of this, because of understanding, not something sacrificing and supporting oneself. So it is very good. So if someone trying to sacrifice or trying to support only others, so may not be able to do very long time because it can be limited. But Bodhisattva's reflecting ways not like that. Supporting oneself and supporting others, sacrificing, enjoying for self. So they can do very strongly. They can do very long time. They will do the whole life. So next reflection: if I don't have a receiver, how can I fulfill my dana parami? Perfection of generosity. So yeah, receiver is something a kind of beggar. So usually many people may not like, but a bodhisattva is not like that. So this mind need to be dispelled, don't like a receiver, hating a receiver or beggars. So because of this, the way to reflect or reflection of bodhisattva is how can I fulfill dana parami without receivers? So another way for reflection is I have stored my properties just for the receivers. So like a bodhisattva who understand very well about the dana, who understand about the life. So collecting money, finding property, having property is just for the receivers, just to fulfill dana paramis. Usually, they don't want to enjoy life very much. They want to enjoy by supporting others, by fulfilling paramis. Like some people who are work hard, so they want to work hard to collect money. Usually, they don't want to enjoy life much. But Bodhisattva's way is more meaningful. Fulfilling parami to be Buddha. Why you want to be Buddha? So if become Buddha can help at most for beings. It is highest level to help people and to ourselves. So this is the best quality. After that life, so it is the most maturity, the most person is a champion, to help others, to help for oneself. So after growing fully, passed away into Pranirvana, we have peacefulness. So this way is the best way to help other people, to help oneself. So some people only know disciple, only to get attainment for oneself, not much helping others, but still helping because of their purity of morality, concentration, and wisdom. So still helping, but not like a Bodhisattva, not like a Buddha, not the most. So because of this, Bodhisattva thinking way is, so I have stored my properties just for the receivers. So should not hate receivers, should love the receivers. So next one. Next reflection. the receivers, without asking me, how, when will you take? When will they take my properties without asking me? The receivers, when will they take my properties without asking me? So most of people, if someone take our properties without asking us, we don't like. Why he take? This is my property. So Bodhisattva reflection is different. My receivers, how will they take my properties without asking me? So I think Kassapa Buddha or one Buddha. So take a devotee's property without asking. So one time Buddha and his disciple needs a roof for the rainy season. So trying to go to receiver's house to accept that's the roof. So at that time, the donor is not in the house. The devotee is not in the house. So at that time, bhikkhus take the roofs of his house without saying devotee, without saying anything to the devotee. So after that, devotee came back from the forest. So in his house there is no roofs. Ask it to parents. Parents accept. So bhikkhus came and take your roof. So he is very happy. So the Buddha and Buddha's disciple is very friendly with me. Even without asking, they take my properties. So he didn't angry. It is a Gadikara man. So now he is become Brahma. So Brahma, Gadikara Brahma. So in the Sodavasa realm. So because he is a Nagami non-returner, no that's about the properties. So maybe Buddha know that. Buddha surely will know about his situation. He is a non-returner. So not attaching about the properties, about the life, so about the sensualities. So Buddha and Buddha's disciple take his rules. So at that time, he also very happy. So no rain coming into his house, although there is no roof. So it is lasting, everlasting condition. So no roofs, but no water coming in. Because the receiver is a Buddha, the donor is a non-returner. Their mind is very pure, very clear about the donations. So this kind of condition. So because of this, one of the reflection of a Bodhisattva is, so when receiver will take my properties in the authorized way, so freely when they take. So if we are stingy, we may need to reflect in this way, so we can reduce our defilements. Next one. So in which way receiver and me will love each other? So how we will be lovers for each other between the receiver and donors. So like that, in a good society, who understand about the donations, receiver will love donors. Donor will love receivers because they know about the karma result. They know conditions. They know each other's mindsets. Because of this, so donor and receiver love each other. So in the Mahosada Jataka, there is one question. Yeah, there are actually a few questions asked by the Devas. So because at that time, Bodhisattva is a very wise man. His name is Mahosada. Mahosada. So in the Mahosada Jataka, so very knowledgeable person. So whatever question one asks, he can answer like everything, because it is Bodhisattva, has fulfilled the paramis. So know everything. So this is a kind of learning way how we should get wisdom. So generally, they practice concentration. With the concentration, they can see every being in the world. They can see the whole world, many universe. They can see many past lives, future lives, karma and karma results, which is very far between cause and result. So also they have a practice to vipassana, discerning as a materiality, mentality, cause and effect, rising and falling, impermanence to suffering, non-self. So their mindless defilements, they are not attached to sensualities, about the properties. So their mind usually is pure, can see everything in the world, have been in the Brahma many lives. So have seen the whole world long time. So so they fulfill life after life. Not only that, they're trying to learn any education in the world with as a knowledgeable person. So by learning it in this way, so they can know everything in the Buddhahood. So never hard. What kind of things you want to think suddenly appeared in the knowledge. So not just in the Buddha life, it is fulfilled. Before Buddha life, also they are very, very knowledgeable. So because of fulfilling the parami, knowledge is increased. In this way, going. So to be Buddha, it is very long to fulfill parami, but not just Buddha's life. It is wonderful. So before Buddha life, also those are usually champions. So because of this, even in the Mahosada life, can know everything. So so that they will ask the questions. So some questions, what I remember, which I remember is, two persons staying in a seclusion. They accuse each other, and they are happy. So who are they? So Mahosada answered, it is a couple, husband and wife, maybe newly husband and wife, or boyfriend or girlfriend. They stay in a seclusion, they accuse each other, or maybe you not take care of me, or something like that. So actually, we don't know much about that. Anyway, so Bodhisattva's answer is those are couples. Maybe that Deva may see those conditions, maybe from the tree, from the place nearby. So two persons are accusing each other, they are happy. Deva noticed that. So because of this, although you are staying in a secret place, so Devas are seeing you, so maybe laughing. So answer is like that. Another question is so kicking and punching someone, also taking food. Someone is taking food, punching, kicking, but so someone being kicked, being punched, who are giving food, still love. Who is that one? So at that time, Mahasita answered, it is a mother who are giving mother's milk to the child. So because as a child sucking mother's milk, so kick with the legs, sometimes doing punching, so pulling hair, mother's hair, taking milk. So mother still love. So another one, who are someone always taking, no, never giving, always taking. But many people love him. Who is that one? So that one is a bhikkhu, one bhikkhu. So bhikkhu is taking food, dwelling in place, robe, and medicine, everything for his life. Never give. So but people are many people love him. So it is a bhikkhu. So like that, receivers and donors, how will be well loved for each other. It is Bodhisattva's thinking. So for those who understand about the dana, donation, so they will love for each other. Yes, giving, always or taking. So, but they love each other. Some people may think this is unfair, but so donation mind is different. Who understand about the karma and karma result is different. Yeah, we need a receiver to fulfill our dana parami. So yeah, receiver need to take a receiver's responsibility, trying to be pure about the morality, trying to get concentration, trying to get wisdom. So it is a receiver's responsibility. So trying to get high qualities to support oneself, to support devotees. So this is the right way to practice for both sides. Because of this, so generally, although receivers are being hated by many, it is not among those who understand the karma. So among people who understand the karma, who understand the jhana, so they will love receivers, especially receivers with moralities. So next reflection. In which way I will be glad while donating and after donating? So trying to be glad while donating. So after donating. So sometimes our properties may be not enough. Receiver seem to be not have a good quality. So sometimes by checking in this way, sometimes we may not be glad. So, but Bodhisattva trying to think, how can I be glad? how I can be glad while donating, while after donating. So sometimes we may need to use our knowledge. So in the teaching, we have given a lot. So trying to be glad while donating, after donating. So another reflection, in which way the desire of donation and receivers will come and arise within me, towards me. In which way receivers and desire of donation will come and arise within me or towards me. So how the desire of donation will arise within me, how receivers will come towards me. So hoping and receivers, so wishing to have desire of donation or donation mind. How can I be? How can I have those conditions? So in this way, he reflects, means that you should incline to have receivers. You should incline to have donation mind. So inclination is important. So where we want to go to, we should have inclination. So Bodhisattva incline in this way. How can I get receivers? How can I get the desire of donation? Okay, next one. So having receivers and something to donate. If I don't donate, it is a kind of craftiness. So a kind of craftiness, a kind of something like a tricky, not righteous, not simple. So something not good feel to stay in this way, because our receiver also having, property also having, but don't want to donate. Something this is not normal for the not feel good. So in this way he reflects. So another way his reflection is, in which way can I donate my body limbs, my lives to the receivers? In which way can I donate? Can I relinquish my life or my body limbs? It is his reflection. It is very great. We love our limbs. We attach to it. We love our life. But it is something a bit stupid. Because our body limbs, our life is not stable. So uncountable people before us passed away already. No one being alive. Every being before us. So relinquish their limbs. They are not stable. So if we dare to donate, so we will have our children. So that children will support our lives for the long samsara. So in the same way, present time, there are many people. So soon they will relinquish their life. They will relinquish their body limbs. So without leaving any essence. So in the same way, being in the future, people in the future, they will also will go the same way. So only Bodhisattva who are knowledgeable how to make the essence of life, the essence of body limbs, he will know. Because of this, as a nature, as an ordinary, we have attachment to our lives, to our body limbs. But Bodhisattva's one reflection is, how can I relinquish my body limbs, my life? So many people think life is very valuable. Body limbs is very valuable. Not really. Not really. So there are some sayings. So if we compare to properties and body limbs, sure, language properties for the body limbs. If we compare to body limbs to life, so body limbs and life, sure, language body limbs trying to save life. So if we compare to morality and lives, sure, language lives for the morality. So only for the morality, we should relinquish our lives. So there are many people relinquishing life for something not really meaningful. So they don't need to relinquish their life, although they are saying they are heroes, sacrifices. So if we think for their self, not much beneficial. In the same way, giving an example for the many people, it is also not nice. So there are many things which is surely good to really to be hero. Especially to be hero. So if you take the precepts by giving lives, by giving body limbs, by giving properties, it is very wonderful for the concentration, for the wisdom. Try to be hero. It is a very, it is a real hero. It is good for oneself. It is good for the others. So not like many people are saying. So some people saying about the hero is different. So no knowledge they can get, just relinquishing their life. Other people praise, presently suffering. So giving an example to others people, not really nice, although they are being praised by many people. So I think they passed away with the angers and delusions and with the greed. So they may reborn in a woeful state, although they are being praised by many people. Because of this, sometimes we need a right teaching to be hero, to relinquish our life, to relinquish our limbs. We should be worthy. So relinquishing those things. So because of this, Bodhisattva about the donation, what he reflects is how can I relinquish my body limbs, my lives. So yeah, this is a Bodhisattva's thinking way, and we are normal people. So sometimes we may not need to relinquish our life, our limbs. We still can do many things. So for example, practicing morality. Even in the highest situation, highest condition, so we may not need to relinquish our lives. We're still okay. Can be long life, can be healthy. Also can fulfill dana sila. Not just thinking to relinquish lives, to relinquish body limbs. So because some younger people, they want to do relinquishing life, limbs. So they only want to make one-time effort. Even in the wrongdoing. So truly, so to make sure not to be extreme for the normal people's thinking. So we can do many things or valuable things without needing to relinquish lives, to relinquish body limbs. So yeah, I think the time is up. We should stop our talk. If there is a question, you can ask. After listening your question, I will know whether or not I can answer.
Sayadaw, thank you very much for teaching today.
Pandami Sayadaw, for lay person, can they transfer requisites through WeChat to the monk and Siale? Because the account in WeChat is not direct money. Can they do in this way?
So Bhikkhu and Siale cannot store money. So not suitable. If it can be used for anything they need. So may not be suitable to transfer in this way. Like similar to holding money, whatever they can do, then whatever they want to do can do. So money is a dangerous thing for the practitioners or bhikkhus. So only suitable property they should get through the kappiya.
Thank you, Sayadaw.
Vandami Sayadaw, why is that in the jhana factor there isn't Panyindriya Cetasika?
Oh, Panyindriya Cetasika, right? You mean? So jhana is seeing closely, looking at closely, like focusing. So Panyindriya cannot perform, Panya cannot perform this kind of case. So ability. So because of this, Panya is no jhana factor. So only the Buddha can know which factors can work in which way. So Panya is just understanding, not seeing closely, not looking at something closely, not focusing, just understanding can do. Can perform as a controlling faculty, can perform as a power, bala, can perform as a Eightfold Noble Path, can perform as a enlightenment factors, but it cannot perform as a jhana, seeing closely, looking at closely.
Thank you, Sayadaw.
Vandami Sayadaw, there are some respectable Sayadaw in Myanmar is a vegetarian and they don't take eggs because they say the eggs and these animals are rare in the farm. So they are not sure the eggs are already fertilized or not. But in Taiwan and others developed countries, those eggs were laid by chickens which are rare at different places, rare separately. They are not fertilized eggs. So in these type of places, if they still insist of not taking eggs, would there be Silapata Paramasa? So what is the opinion of Sayadaw? Someone may not take eggs for more than 10 years, but the doctors recommend them to take eggs, otherwise the body will not be healthy. So what is Sayadaw's opinion?
Okay. So normally we may think first of all, normal eggs. So yeah, normally producing eggs like given by chicken or duck, like that. Normally, it is life, having a life inside for most of eggs. But usually for the one hen may have a 12 or around 12 eggs. So usually can get baby chicken from the eggs, maybe 10. So maybe 2 are failed. So usually like that. So generally we can say eggs have a life or life faculty. So but fertilizing or I don't know how to say. So nowadays cannot get baby chicken. So so for that we don't know there is a life or not inside. We cannot know. So so no baby chicken from that eggs. It is maybe died just after some times or originally no lives. We cannot know. So because of this, having a life faculty or not, we cannot decide. Another way, so we will check another thing. So to be Banadipada, we need some factors. Number one, must be being. So in this factor, is it a being or not? Nowadays, we cannot decide. So nowadays chickens, if it is normally going, so it is a being. So must be being, must have a perception of being. So this is another factor. Sometimes I don't want to teach. So some people, they think X is not being. So if they think in this way, so no Panadipada factor. How they think is it is not being. So must be being, must have a perception of being. And killing in mind. Usually we will have, it is a breaking. So killing in mind, making an effort, we have, and dying. So so these factors. So because of this, about the being and perception of being, so in this case, some people, some acts may be being, may not be being. So we cannot decide about that. So another thing, perception of being. Some people think, so X is life. X has a life. Some people may think X has no lives. So because of this, these two factors, being or not, having a perception or life or not. So these are two factors we cannot decide. So so if a normal egg, yeah, being, we can decide. It is mostly. So another thing is the perception of being. People may have, may not have. So because of this, about the eggs, these are two factors I think we cannot decide. So if we avoid, it is clear, no Panadipada. If we will do possible to be Panadipada. So because of this, for own self, so we can practice it. So in which way we like. For the others, it is a bit difficult to say. So, but we say these conditions only. So, yeah, this is the answer for you.
Thank you, Sayadaw. Vadame Sayadaw, if I get angry easily when I think people are wasting my time, is this also stinginess? How should I reflect to change that stinginess?
Wasting my time is so anyway, you should not get angry. You should handle with that. How do we cut off, or will you be patient? So you should choose one thing. So trying to cut off or trying to be patient. Anyway, you should not have anger.
Thank you, Sayadaw. Vadame Sayadaw, when the Bodhisattva is offering his limbs, what will be his mind state? Will he arise dodha because of the pain? Similar, I'll just finish that then, because there's so many parts, Sayadaw.
So, his mind is, I think, it's prepared for that. So they are knowledgeable also. So they can handle their lives. So because of this, they will not have anger. So people are different. Some people, in which condition they have, they still can survive. They are knowledgeable. They have a lot of faith.
Question 2. Similarly, when he is fulfilling his dana parami, he may encounter many difficulties. At that time, what will be the bodhisattva's mind condition?
So, yes, sometimes encounter, like with Sandra life. He announced he's a king. So in that time, king is the owner of everything. So as a rule, as a law, so king can do everything in the world. So in those times, so because of this, he announced even if his hearts to be donated, he will donate if there is a receiver. So he donates one blessing elephants for the country. So because the receivers are coming in to ask elephants. So people love, public love very much that elephant. After donating, so people demonstrate, drive out the king. So yeah, have this kind of difficulties. So people normally love very much their king. Also love elephants. Because of donation, people are trying to drive out. So he went to forest. So with his wife trying to follow children. So for the Bodhisattva, no problem staying in the forest, quite comfortable. His mind is no problem about that. So can be peaceful. Also can know how to stay alone. So not have a loneliness. So finally, because of his donation mind, so they will also help him. So become king and king. So the other country also, the people receivers from the other country, they give it back their elephants after fulfilling their wish. So if you are really good, there are many people who will protect you. So also their mind is prepared very well how to stay in their life. Even elephants, they get and they dare to donate. What kind of problem they will have? They don't have.
There's a third part, Sayadaw. If we want to emulate the spirits of bodhisattva in fulfilling dana parami, not to be a bodhisattva, how should we maintain our mind not to have akutala arise?
So we may not follow fully like a bodhisattva. So according to our ability, we can follow. So yeah, there is one Myanmar saying, but I don't know how to say. So like a kind of flying animal. So the body is very light. I don't know. So stand on the tip of sword. But the crow, by seeing that, afraid because it is how to say lambya bazina lo jikan chipa. So then
I
you know, but then how to board. So you may not.
It's cricket. The Zen would be like cricket, I think.
Okay. So cricket, resting in the tip of sword. So crow, having a fear. So like that.
Yeah.
So cricket has his ability to stand on the sword. So they have ability. So in the same way, Bodhisattva have a Bodhisattva's mind, Bodhisattva's knowledge and conditions. They know very well. Sometimes they may not do every time. Once they see surrounding things, they know this time is good to fulfill. So because of this, for the normal people, sometimes we may not be able to follow like a Bodhisattva, but we can do something. For example, some reflection. So we should do. Once a receiver asks us, oh, we want to hate. At least we should change. We should not hate. We may not give fully whatever they ask it, but we still can give something, at least to satisfy. So even though we can follow like a heart, we'll be great people. So you can think in this way.
Thank you, Sayadaw. Vedami Sayadaw, what is the best wisdom mind inclination to have when performing dana that can support one's fulfillment towards mega and pala wisdom? And dana that is decorated with pinya, if one believes in the triple gem and kama results, is that enough? Thank you. Dadu.
Surely we have a thought, a lot of reflections, a lot of thinking ways about the dana. About the triple gem, it is very great. Kama result is also to be known. It is a kind of good education or the best education. So quite enough. But we have said very details, many things. So we will speak about those gananga. We will listen to those gananga. So trying to have wisdom within us, a gananga, not just one time listening, one time speaking, reflections.
Thank you, Sayadaw.
Vandami Sayadaw, if one does not eat egg by himself, but he cook eggs for his family, would that consider Panatipāda?
So cook, or if there is a life, if there is a perception of life, it can be Panatipāda. But so in some shops, they already cooked before you are asking, they already cooked. You can buy, you can take those things. If so, you will not have a Panatipāda.
礼敬尊者，请问修习
Vandami Sayadaw, for Anapanasati practice, should he focus on to the touching point or the breath on the touching point?
Breath, that point.
Vedami Sayadaw, regarding those beings who aspire to be the chief disciples or other principal disciples of the future Buddha, how about their mindset when they are fulfilling the Dana Parami while walking on the long path with the Bodhisattva?
So usually they help each other. Bodhisattvas, the disciples do be. So they help each other. Usually they take Bodhisattva's guidance. Bodhisattva is a teacher, they are disciples. So according to Bodhisattva's guidance, they will practice.
Vedami Sayadaw, good day, Bhante. what I know is livestock production is a job that is considered as breaking the first precept. May I know if beekeeping and collecting their honey are legal jobs which does not contradict to the first precept, abstaining from destroying living things? Thank you. Tadu, 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 tadu.
Beekeeping. So livestock. What is livestock production?
It's when they have like livestock, like cows and pigs for meat. Yeah, when they work in that industry that does meat production, so they have to kill the animal.
Mm-mm. So for to have a good livelihood, so one person need to practice a good livelihood, and so more than 5 precepts. Precept is there is a 5 precepts. There is livelihood as a 8th precepts. So about that, instead of just a musawara, telling a lie, also useless speech, harsh speech, slander speech to be avoided. Also, convince and to have a good livelihood. So it is also before 5 precepts we need to practice. And so in the early time of Buddha, so the Buddha laid down that 8 precepts. So 5 precepts is later after teaming with the previous precepts. So because of this, good livelihood is included to practice. So because of this, what breaking good livelihood? So selling weapons, poisons, alcohols, trading humans, feeding animals for the meat, not for the working. So these are 5 to be avoided. So because of this, we cannot do. So another thing is beekeeping or collecting their honey. Yeah, it is only something their property is taking. So, but not killing. May not be panatipada. Yeah, not killing. But even in the past, people are doing like getting milk, quite the same, similar. But clever people, they may trying to balance. So why they collect their food and their honey, yeah, for their food. So if you can support their food in another way, like flowers or something like that, so you take those things, may not really harm to them. So like working together. In the same way, like gaining milk. To get milk, normally, so half of milk to the for the baby cow. But the other half you take it. So baby cow, when it can eat quite a lot, so you support good food to the baby cow and you take half of milk. So if you practice in this way, if you can think in this way, so yeah, quite balanced. We are working together about that, getting benefit for each other. So if we can think in this way, it is quite okay.
Thank you, Sayadaw. Vadami Sayadaw, as a teacher and meditator, when serving the Bodha Sasana, Sayadaw will need to face many situations and difficulties. How does Sayadaw maintain one's balanced state in continuing one's learning and also serving the Sasana? Could Sayadaw please enlighten us? From anonymous attendee. Tadu, tadu, tadu.
Yes, may have difficulties, also challenging. But anyway, we happen to choose the right things, very beneficial things. For that, we are very glad. Yeah, so serving in sasana is trying to be good. So sometimes, anyway, it is a kind of fighting. But happy to do. So having to choose the right things. For this, our effort will not waste. Okay.
Thank you, Sayadaw. I think the time is up too. It's
okay. So repeat after me. Idame Ponyam
Idame Ponyam
Adavakayam
Adavakayam
Wahotu
Wahahotu
Idame Ponyam
Idame Ponyam
Nibanata
Nibanata
Tayo
Visaya
Hotu
Hotu
Mama Bonya Bhagam
Mama Bonya Bhagam
Tava Sadanam
Tapatatana
Bhazemi
Pazemi
Edabe
Metabe
Medamam
Metamam
Bonya Bhagam
Bonya Bhagam
Tavandu
Labandu Dadu Dadu Dadu